Alright, what's up everybody? It is Carlos and I'm back with another episode of Monday Hauls. I'm going to show off a couple of local pickups and my new comic book day pickups from this past week. So stay tuned. Alright, so here we are and I want to show these off, and I want to give a special shout out to Bedrock City Comics and to in Houston, Texas, and also the Comic Vault on West Road in Houston. Also, these are two of the shops that I go to here. There's quite a few more, but I'll get to those in just a second. So let's start with the new comic book day pickups. One big recommendation that came as a result of my son checking out comics and he's getting into them is Locust #1. This was a brand new book from this past week, and we actually did go ahead and pick up 3 because he really liked it. He's actually gotten somewhat decent at picking out some of the books he likes. He'll read them and then he'll check out the art and he'll say, "Hey, I really like this one." And most of them have become books that more people are looking for. So we picked up a couple copies of Locust, or a few copies of Locust. One of my picks for this week was Jules Verne's Lighthouse. I did go ahead and pick up copies cover A and B for it. I like the artwork. The story is a little bit kind of rough around the edges for my taste. So I don't know. I'm not sure about that one. Locust I thought was pretty decent. But that one I'm not sure. As Challenge of the Super Sons #1 came out, I only picked up the cover A because I'm a Super Sons fan, but I don't think they get as much attention. So, and I'm really trying to scale back the modern books that I've got in the collection. Another one that was talked about this week that was actually a pretty solid read, and the artwork was really good, was Phantom on the Scan. This is cover A, and then also got the cover B incentive variant. We got those two, and then Home #1. I'll say this about Home. I thought it was all right. I love relevant comics. I love comics that give social commentary, and I love comics that have diverse characters. And being a Hispanic man, I love to see representation for myself, like sons, nephews, everything, and niece, and to see some stuff for them. All that being said, I kind of felt like Home was a little bit, um, I don't know. It felt very, very political, and it felt very, very, I don't know. It didn't really sit well with me as a strong creative effort. I would have liked to have seen more relevant, not relevancy, but just something more creative. I didn't feel like there was anything really new or original or even strong quality about either the writing or the artwork for this one. And I know a lot have talked about it, and I know that the subject matter is going to get people going, but I think that if you're going to create art for a cause, it's got to be elevated. It's got to be quality. It's got to be strong and solid. And I say that across the board, no matter what the cause is. And I just felt like Home was it didn't deliver, and I was really hoping for it to be. I was really hoping for it to be a lot better than it was. So I can't recommend that one. I'm really bummed about that. I try not to get into politics or anything. This isn't to do with the specific viewpoint in the book. It has to do with the quality of the writing and the quality of the art, and I didn't feel like either was very strong. So I'm very disappointed in that one. And I don't recommend Home. One book that I do recommend though is Scout's Honor. This was #4 that came out this week. Scouts Honor has consistently delivered, and it's consistently been a really interesting world that they've built and created, and I have enjoyed it, from the beginning. So I'm looking forward to seeing what might happen with the story and moving forward. And I've liked the art. I like kind of the direction it's taking, and just how detailed the world is that they've built. And you can tell that a lot of effort went into creating the world and building the world, and having there be an interior story logic that just really fits together. So I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes. Aftershock has had some really strong offerings over the past several months, and I'm just really, really impressed with Scouts Honor. So I was excited, and I was excited because my LCS Bedrock got me some of those little patches, some of the little patches that you can get for the title. So so Scouts Honor recommended. I know a hot book that everybody is looking for or was looking forward to, Tankers, #1. I did get the first print. This is the second Bad Idea comic. I didn't feel like it was as strong as ENIAC #1. ENIAC #1 was really strong, and then #2 was also. I mean, that's a good book. That's a solid book. Tankers, it's cool. There's some good artwork. There's an interesting concept in it, but I just really wasn't down with how the dinosaurs get treated in this book. It was really violent, almost for the sake of being violent. So I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm interested to see where it's going, like where it goes and what they do with it. I was real excited. Initially, I was very excited about the title. I do recommend it, obviously, because the Bad Idea books are just creating a fervor, especially for the first prints. And I'd love their idea of not having 20 different variants to launch a book. 6 or 7 different publisher-driven variant covers for a book. They're just saying, okay, look, this is the first print, and this is the not first print. And if you just want the story and the art, there's the not first print. If you are a collector and you want something that's highly collectible and scarce, here's the first print. And so I think that's a great concept. I don't know, I want to see how it's going to work out. But yeah, Tankers, I didn't feel like it was quite as good as ENIAC, but I'll still read them and check them out. Last on my new book pickups, I did get a variant of Beta Ray Bill #1. I picked this one up just because I like the cover, and I'm looking forward to reading that one. I haven't read it yet, but I've just always thought he was a cool character since the beginning. And I'm wishing I hadn't sold off my first appearance, my Thor 337. I need to, I don't know, at some point I may get another copy of it. But and then Silk #1. I think this is the A cover for it. So I went ahead and picked this one up, just, because I wanted to read it. I also had the first appearance of Silk, my ASM 4, and a CGC 9.8, but I sold it. I don't think I'll end up buying the first appearance. But, I just wanted to check it out and see what they did with what they're doing with the character in this one. Okay, so those were my new comic book day pickups. Here are 3 pickups that I got at another LCS in the area. Man, they had so many good books, but these are the 3 that I picked up just for the day. Uncanny X-Men 268. This is a direct, and this is in about a near mint minus, maybe a 9.2, 9.4. It's really good shape, and I think even after a press, it might hit a 9.4, maybe a 9.6. But it does have, I think, a hairline, color breaking spine tick in the bottom corner. But I mean, this is just an excellent cover. This is some of Jim Lee's early artwork on the title, and I have never had I'd never had a copy of it, so I was flipping through and I saw this and I said, I've always loved this cover, and I've always loved Jim Lee's artwork. He's, I think, one of my top 3 favorite comic artists, and so I went ahead and picked this one up. The next book that I picked up was Strange Tales #170, and this is featuring Brother Voodoo. And so this is I think the second appearance of Brother Voodoo, and this is his origin. issue. And I put this one at about a fine plus, so maybe like a 6.0, give or take, because it did have a little bit of spine damage to it. But it's actually pretty clean, and and I think after pressing clean, it could be a 6.5, maybe even a 7. But it's a good book to have. I think Brother Voodoo is just like a really cool character. A lot of design, a lot of cool character design there, and his books are one that I'd like to pick up along with some Deathlock books, and a lot of these like Bronze Age books, Bronze to Copper Age books are just great books to be picking up right now. And so I highly, I recommend picking up Brother Voodoo books when you come across them, because you can still find them out in the wild. And this one was not crazy expensive or anything. I thought it was a very fair price for the condition. Last pickup that I made was Marvel Team Up Annual, King Size Annual, or Annual number 1. This book's picked up a little bit of traction because some people are saying it's like a very early appearance of the new X-Men team. I'm not sure where it falls in the publishing order, but it came out in that same year. This was the annual for 1976. But I love, it's another one of these Bronze Age books that was in the 70s. That it's the art style that I remember. This is a Dave Cockrum cover, and so it's an art style that I recall and love. And this was in about a fine condition. Could definitely use a clean and a press, but it's not in bad shape. And I love it. And displaying something like this along with my giant size X-Men, I think would be a nice little piece. And I love the fact that it's Spider-Man teaming up with the X-Men, the new X-Men team. So I haven't taken very long with this. Those are my pickups for this week. I hope that you got a little something out of this. I hope that you consider checking out Locust or Scout's Honor, and I hope that you also consider keeping an eye out for those Bronze and Copper Age classics that are out there and that are becoming very popular. But it's been great to hang out with you for just a few minutes on this Monday, and I'll see you next time.